All right, so this is Group 2, Lesson 18. We are just going over the prep assignment for today. So, what's the null hypothesis for the significance test comparing the two populations is that P1 is equal to P2. And then the formula for the test statistic. So we're finding a z-score.
Yep.
So it's p hat 1 minus p hat 2 minus p1 minus p2 over the square root of p hat times 1 minus p hat times 1 over n1 plus 1 over n2. And then were you able to find what all of the variables stood for?
Yeah. So p hat 1 sample proportion is a sample proportion for the first group, and then p hat 2 is sample proportion for the second group, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Is all of it, all of the proportions, the sample proportions, and then n1 is the sample size. We should know that one because n's been the same ever since the beginning of the semester. But
exactly. The one thing that hasn't.
Oh, sorry, what?
I said it's the one thing that hasn't changed.
Exactly. Yeah, it stayed constant, thankfully. Okay, so yeah, n1 is group 1, n2 is group 2 for sample size.
All right, and then the confidence. Did you have any trouble finding the confidence interval formula in the chapter? I feel like it was really straightforward again.
Yeah, it was a good chapter. Nice and easy. So it's p hat 1 minus p hat 2 plus or minus z times square root with p hat 1 with 1 minus p hat 1 over n1 plus 2 plus p hat 2 times 1 minus p hat 2 with n2 plus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the variables, the definitions underneath that.
Yep, and they're the same, so that's simple enough. Let's go down number 4. So for number 4, the sample size of women is 296 and X is 63. And then for men, sample size was 251 and X was 27.
Yeah.
And then checking the requirements, I found that they all checked out. Did you have any problems there?
No, I ran it on Excel, so I got all the answers. When I checked over the answer key, it all turned out the same. So.
Okay. And then null hypothesis, the null is that P1 equals P2, and the alternative is going to be that P1 is not equal to P2. And then I got a z-score of 3.309.
Yes.
And then p-value of 0.001.
Yep.
And then
you on F, you reject the null. I mean, after you do the test statistic.
Yeah. Yeah, I reject the null. So basically, there's sufficient evidence to say that there's a different proportion of men who use labels to women. And then for the confidence interval, I got 0.045 and then 0.166.
Yeah.
And then
6 was we're 95% confident that the true difference in the proportion of men are like men's being label users and women being label users is different between 0.045 and 0.166.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm hoping